Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Flusher Sports Zone, and welcome back to another edition of the Powerskateshow, Season 4, Episode 5. We got some news to cover. Of course, not as much news as we usually do because we filmed an episode this past Saturday, but that's no issue. We're back to our regular Wednesday time slot for this week. All right, time for Alex to join us. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully he can join us. If not, I guess I can continue on here. All right, well, I just got word that Alex's internet has just got cut out. So he's coming. He is coming. But, of course, we would like to remind you right now that you can follow the Powerskate Show on Instagram and Twitter for daily hockey news. And actually, get a little quick preview of today's show. We have a lot of re-signings. The New York Islanders have been extremely busy re-signing 4 players and Zach Parise, which the deal is not official, but Zach Parise, what I've heard, is going to become a New York Islander in the upcoming day or two, so that should be pretty interesting. I just hope the Islanders don't, overpay them. Of course, we also had a Colton Parayko re-signing. Again, we'll get to that in a little bit. We have our Nostalgia of the Week, which is going to be coming up shortly, but he is now a member of the BC Eagles Hall of Fame. The Blackhawks released one of their defensemen. The Predators re-signed a solid right winger. The Senators re-signed a young goaltender, and overall, it's been a pretty good week of transactions. All right, Alex is back. Hopefully his internet's going to work here. All right. Alex will join us from the phone.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to come out.
Okay.
I'm going to try. So here I come.
All right. Yeah. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Alex is dealing with some weather issues near his house. And then hopefully I'm coming out all fine. So hopefully Alex can log back on and we can get this thing going. And
let's do it from the phone because I do not want to mess anything up. I'm going to be backstage the whole time. So
all right. Yeah. Well, Alex will join us, but he got me, which means I don't know if I can share the screen.
No, I'll take care of the whole thing.
Okay.
As far as my, let's see. All right, I'm gonna share my screen right now.
All right.
If it is not, if nothing's working, then we'll just do it on your channel. If that'll be okay.
Okay. I mean, I think I could share my screen and it should work fine.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, hold up. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah. You're pretty much lagging on my end. So.
I am. Hopefully I'm not lagging on anyone else's. Hold on here. Let me share the screen. Do that. Do that. Okay. Hopefully it quits lagging.
Here we go. Alright, so here is where we're at.
trying to pull up Instagram on my computer. Maybe apologize. Delay.
Oh, there we go. Well, it's actually on my end.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So let's share screen trying to load onto the Powerskate Instagram here, but of course, I'd like to remind you to follow the Instagram Everyday Daily Sports News, my Instagram account, which is right there. Sports Zone, Post Daily Sports News on there as well. Let's Sports Zone episode will probably be coming out tomorrow night instead of Sunday. A little update for the subscribers on my channel. And I'm aware of that. That's something good.
I'm gonna try to X out. No, not X out your share screen, but my whole computer. So and I'll try to get back on.
All right.
I'll still be on the phone if you want to talk about a little bit. That's all right.
Okay. Well, I've just gotten word that my audio is not necessarily working, which isn't great, but I guess for now. Hopefully it's working better now.
Wait, hold. All right. Well, let's see if you're. All right, I'm gonna come out. I'll cue my intro, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Let's see you, dude.
All right. Okay, so hopefully Alex will be on shortly again. I don't know what the issue is, but stand by. We will get this all figured out.
All right, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alex here. Pretty much took care of my own technical difficulties, so Grant is gonna reboot his computer, so that's gonna be all right. here. So the Calgary Flames. Hold on. I'm gonna remove this. Apologize for the difficulties. It happens all the time. But pretty much have to handle that on a normally fashion. Alright, Calgary Flames new arena. The Calgary Event Center is expected to start constructing around December and finish in 2024. I've heard back. Alright, cool. All good?
Am I coming out good?
Alright, now pretty much our difficulties.
Yay.
Yes. Alright, now pretty much our difficulties are gonna be set and done. So now let's get this party started after too much of difficulties. Now let's get into business. How about this? You have to follow the Powerskateshow like what Grant said a couple minutes ago. Let's get to 1.5k followers in about a month. So possibly if we get multiple posts then I think we will be all set and good. And we will be more appreciative for a follow. And you guys have to follow Foot's Sports Zone. That's why that you're here for that. Well, pretty much. If you do not follow Foot's Sports Zone, so yeah, if you gotta follow Foot's Sports Zone, you pretty much do not need to talk about any of it on here, because we pretty much got caught up in good. Let's get to business. As usual. As I said before, Grant was getting all prepared. The Calgary Flames new arena, the Calgary Event Center, is expected to start constructing around December and finish in 2024. Here's my opinion. One, it's good because I think it's gonna be a good new set around it, and B, pretty much all Flames fans are gonna miss the Calgary Saddledome, because whenever it's playoffs, the energy in the Saddledome is nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it obviously stinks moving on from a 30-plus-year-old arena, but at the same time, you use that money to get a new stadium, which eliminates any Flames relocating rumors. I know that was floating around back in like 2016, 2017, but those quickly fell off. And then obviously now with the new stadium approval, I don't think there's any way they relocate anytime soon. But yeah, I think it needed to be done. The Saddledome, it just, to me, it wasn't a bad arena. It just looked like a very dark arena. It felt like, when the Flames were at their worst, the entire arena just felt absolutely meh. Like, are we watching a hockey game? Are we watching a high school hockey game? The crowd just seems so out of it, especially in those years when the Flames were bad and, wasting the career of Mika Kaprizov and Jerome McGinley. We'll talk about that some other day.
Nostalgia.
We'll talk about that some other day when those guys are nostalgias of the weeks. But, it makes sense why that they are making this move here. A lot of taxpayer money, but if it's a good arena, it's worth it.
Yeah. Here's also why that I think that should be a good idea for the Calgary Flames. The Scotiabank Saddledome is most likely a Western Hockey League arena at best, or an AHL arena. If you look on images, or if you play any NHL video games. Yeah. And if you guys go on images, search Calgary Saddledome. Look at the arena on the inside. There's no like a modern NHL arena would look. It looks like an AHL arena. Like not about the capacity itself, but like the modernized like the spectrum of the arena. There's only 2 levels. 2 levels at an NHL arena.
That is a pretty good image.
Do you want to
actually? You can't really see it that good, but that's a dark arena, and that's it lit up.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what should be? Do you know what material is the Calgary Saladum? Playoff material. There are playoff material arenas. That should be regular season only. And then the Calgary Saladum can be permanently postseason.
Kind of like what the Islanders did with like switching over from the Barclays Center to the Coliseum. I mean, that makes sense again. Coliseum, and I'm glad the Islanders moving in there full time, I believe, right? That is a playoff arena. Whereas Barclays Center isn't at all. It's just dark and it's more of a basketball arena, so
it's much like a preseason arena.
That too.
Pretty much. Alright, moving on. Capital Serif Game Kuznetsov has been confirmed that he will not.
You're good.
Next.
I don't know.
But don't worry.
Really, there is no surprise because Kuznetsov's missing this. I mean, he's still serving his suspension from international hockey.
But don't worry, we got a nostalgia of the week, which I think we should give him a round of applause. How about that? This man needs no introduction. Brooks Orpik is our nostalgia of the week.
Yeah, it's a good one. This is a good one. And yeah, good Penguin Capital defenseman, great Boston College defenseman back in the early 2000s. I'm very happy to see him go in the BC Eagles Hall of Fame here. That's just great.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Now, this is the Olympics, which I did not even touch on. Denmark, Slovakia, welcome to the Olympics.
Yeah, Slovakia. I'm rooting for Slovakia.
And don't worry, me and Grant will cover the Winter Olympics live stream. So don't you guys even worry. Don't think that this is going to be the end of the world, because we will definitely get into it. We will touch about that. We will do everything we would.
And while we're on the international hockey topic, I'd like to congratulate the Canadian women hockey team for winning the women's championship last night, beating Team America.
Mm-hmm. All right. I pretty much have questions. Well, not necessarily questions. Maple Leaf Sabres for an outdoor matinee game in Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton, Ontario. Alright, I'll say this. Since Tim Hortons Field is pretty much end the story, that's Tim Hortons' team, Toronto and Buffalo. Well, the famous teams that he played for. Yes, he played other teams like the Rangers and the Penguins. But the Maple Leafs and the Sabres was well known. Question. If this is going to be a Heritage Classic, the Sabres will be the first American team to ever play in a Heritage Classic.
I mean, you could make it a Heritage Classic. I mean, I like the idea of bringing a CFL arena into the mix. there's just so many other landmarks we could play a hockey game first, though. That's my issue. The matchup is fine. I mean, do the Sabres really deserve an outdoor game? I don't think so. Do the Maple Leafs? I mean, I guess, because they're a good marketing team. It's a good idea, and I like the direction they're going in. But at the same time, you can just play an outdoor game in so many better arenas. Now, if you wanted to do this, why not play a hockey game at the Rogers Center? I mean, the Blue Jays stadium makes much more sense than a CFL stadium, I think. It's better marketing.
How about BMO Field, like they did at the Winter Classic in 2017, or no, not Winter Classic, the Ancient 100.
Oh yeah, when the Maple Leafs played the Red Wings.
All right, next. Who is next? Senators re-signed goaltender Philip Gustafson to a 2-year, $787,000 deal. Next.
This is a steal. This
Why
is a good
that?
deal. I'm just looking up his stats right now. Gustafson, he went 5-1-2 last year. Honestly, he was the best goalie on the Senators. And that's saying a lot. Matt Murray is good, and I understand Matt Murray's decent starting caliber. I understand. Philip Gustafson is your future goalie, though. 23 years old, will be 23 years old throughout the majority of the season next year. Ironically, also drafted by the Penguins, would you look at that, back in 2016. But Philip Gustafson, when you go 5-1-2 with a team that is so inexperienced and bad defensively, imagine what's going to happen when the Senators build a team around Gustafson. They become, a playoff contender, maybe sneak in as a wild card spot. And then you're going to see the save percentage shoot up. His save percentage is at .933. I mean, he never registered a shutout yet in his career, but that's going to definitely happen within due time. .933 save percentage for a guy who was on one of the worst defensive teams in hockey last year. It makes sense why you re-sign him and expect a 5-year contract or so afterwards if he continues the trend he's going.
Yeah, I think this is very impressive for a player who, a goaltender who is extremely efficient on a good day, but like on a horrible team that has a bright future, like we've talked about. Do not make a Sam Steele slander, because this dude deserves the Euro slander. Top 3 best prospect pools are Ottawa, LA, and Anaheim. So yes, Philip Gustafson next. Predators re-signed Eli Tolvanen to a 3-year, $1.5 million.
Not a bad deal. They re-signed him for only $4.35. That is, again, another very good deal. No need to overplay a guy who's just coming off a very solid season. But, again, I think this is a smart move for Nashville. I think he'll definitely be on the second line, if not sometime this year, without a question next year. Averaging 22 points in 30 games. Of course, only playing 47 career games, averaged 2 points in the first 7. Again, 22 points last year. He was primarily on the third line for the majority of last year as well. Again, this guy is a first-round pick, so it makes sense why he's excelling. He's going to be around for a while. I don't know. I think if you put him in the same line as either Duchesne or Victor Arvidsson, he's going to continue to rack up points. The -10 is concerning.
Yeah. Like Tolvanen, yes, he's someone who's been flipping around from Nashville to Milwaukee a ton of times. Yes. Will a 3-year help on a one-way level? Probably. Is it gonna turn out well like this season or next season? Probably still, unless if he keeps improving, keeps being healthy, then he will get to the level of like being solid. So yeah. All right, next. Calgary's fans, meet Dylan Gunther. He signed a 3-year ELC. And also speaking of, go ahead. Oh, and also since sorry about the delay, but speaking of Arizona, you guys will see a certain thing on September 20th.
This looks awful. This looks like
everyone's saying a white
Yacha logo, and I hate it. Like a cheetah, rather.
Everyone is saying a white Kachina jersey.
No, there ain't no need for that.
Yes, they do.
Well, I mean, they could use one. It's no harm, no foul, but...
Alright, anyway, moving on. Man. Alright, next. Alright, the Ottawa Senators are currently working on a long-term contract with Senators left wing Brady Tkachuk. The team wants to offer him with an 8-year contract. So, Tkachuk for 8 years, yes or no?
I mean, yes and no. Yes, because obviously Tkachuk is 21 years old. He's averaging 36 points, 56 games last season. He has 125 points, 198 games career played. Great statistics. My issue is you're re-signing him for 8 years. You have the salary cap too. It makes sense in that regard, but is Ottawa really that close to competing? I don't know. I'm not sure. And that's where I feel if the Senators continue to struggle for the next 3 or 4 years, we could have another Jack Eichel situation brewing. And I don't think that's good for the Senators. We know Eugene Melnyk despises throwing money around. So that's where I also see this not really coming into play. Of course, Eugene Melnyk, one of the cheapest owners in the entire history of sports, for crying out loud. And ultimately, something that's going to get in the way, and it's not going to happen. I think he will resign for like a 4 or 5 year deal, but I feel like the 8 years is going to get trimmed.
You know what? You're right. Like, I think they should not lock up Brady Tkachuk for a long time. Yes, he has the potential to be the captain or Thomas Chabot. However, if you're negotiating a contract that you have the best prospect pool, like yes, like it's not about like the centers have the best prospect pool. It's about what's it gonna be like building a team around him and Shabbat.
Right.
That's the question. What's the question about like a short-term deal for a little bit and see what's what? I kind of think a 4 or 5 year deal. 4 or 5 year is pretty much the modern. Yeah, 4 or 5 year contract, which is pretty much the maximum in my opinion. The maximum contract on a rebuilding team who is pretty much on the top 3 best prospect pool. That's my words. That's my statement.
I would say 5 years makes sense. 8 years could lead to cap trouble when you try to re-sign those other prospects that are in the pool right now. That's another reason why I say hold off on the 8. If you give them 2 5-year contracts, you get 10. And you'll probably end up getting it for much cheaper. Everyone
and also there's a certain person that we will get to, which I think probably the most talked about on Powerskate. We will get to that.
Alex is questioning a certain extension. I'm questioning it too, but I don't think I'm questioning it as much as Alex is. This ain't the one, by the way.
Blackhawks re-signed. Yes, obviously. Blackhawks re-signed defenseman Connor Murphy to a 4-year, $4.4 million AAV. A little bit of questions, but not too much.
I mean, it is.
Is this a good Is this a good re-signing? On a good day, yes. When the Blackhawks are extremely mediocre, like what's going on right now, it's not a good contract. Here's the plus side. He can, when the team's good, he can be on your top pair. When he struggles a little bit, no call out, no negativity. He's always on the middle pair, which at least if you're on the middle pair, that's no problem. That's no problem. Times then that pretty much is not a good contract. Which if you're on the bottom pair, being healthy scratched too many times or getting injured, that's not a good contract. Am I right? Or Graham, would you like to have your thoughts, or do you want to reply?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I think it's overall 4 years at 17.6 mil. I think this is it's a slight overpayment. He's 28. I mean, that right there should be a red flag where you should have gave him no more than 2 years at about 2.5 mil. But regardless, let's take a look at the other things. Okay, it's a first-round pick who has only 110 points in 494 career games. He is a borderline bust. Not a bust, but borderline. Let's see. This is his first big contract in the NHL, and he had 15 points in 50 games as an offensive defenseman. I'm going to tell you why Chicago did this re-signing for 2 reasons. One, they traded away Duncan Keith and / Brent Seabrook retired. And 2, they got to make sure that Marc-Andre Fleury isn't standing on his head every night. Only 2 reasons why I can see why they made this. Murphy is on, no offense to the Blackhawks, but on the majority of the league, I'd say about 23 teams in the league, he would probably be on the bottom pair. And, of course, that means he'd only be getting around 6 to 8 mil for the entire contract. And you're giving him half that, or essentially a quarter of that, rather, to just play 1 season. That's a bit pricey.
Moving on. Kraken fans, are you ready?
Well, Alex is connected again. That's not good. At least I can continue this one along. So this is the Seattle Kraken inaugural
I'm right
patch.
here.
Alex is back. But yeah, the inaugural patch for the Kraken.
All right, go ahead.
This is a W, I think. I mean, it's a patch. You're not going to do anything crazy with it. Vegas' patch looked all right too, but patches are patches. They're going to look nice. Obviously, you need one for an inaugural season, and this is pretty good. I like the fact that they incorporate the sea and the mountains in it, so good creativity.
Yeah, I think this is good creativity for the Kraken. Like for the inaugural season. Like all I have to say is good patch. I like how they put the waves on the inside and the mountain on the behind, like you're pretty much taking a photography. So I think they did a good job with that. So I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah.
All right, next. Can you hear me fine or?
Yep. You're coming out good.
All right, cool. Here we go. Kirill Kaprizov. The Minnesota Wild are right now offering Kirill Kaprizov to a 5-year, $9 million per.
You're only giving him $45 million. That's good. Now, I don't know how quickly this is going to get finalized is my one worry. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, if you want my personal opinion. I think we got to wait probably until the next couple of weeks, if not even further than that. Really, I wouldn't be shocked if Kaprizov finalizes a deal in like the middle of the preseason. This contract is going to come down to the wire. I know he may not be signed with Europe, but he may not want to play with Minnesota either. And I would hate for Kaprizov to be like, some sense of like, well, Minnesota's kind of in the rebuilding. Well, not really rebuilding stage, but like, are they going to go far in the playoffs? No, I'm going to try to ask a request to trade, go to a contender. And that would kind of suck. I don't think he would do that. But again, 5 years, $45 million would be the projected contract here. I mean, that's a perfect contract for Minnesota. For Kaprizov, he might say, oh, that's an underpayment for me. But again, he only played 1 year. And I don't want Kaprizov to get ahead of himself here. If he was smart, I think he would accept this contract within the next week or so. Unless he really wants that in Minnesota, then just request the trade now. But I don't think that's the case.
In the words of me, hashtag push for Kaprizov continues. Moving on. Islanders! How are we doing?
Overpaying. That's what
you got a contract day. Casey Cizikas, 6 years, $2.5 billion.
15 million for Casey Cizikas. Good power forward.
No.
What else is he? 14 points in 56 games for a person who can throw the body. Yeah, they already mentioned he's 30, and you locked him up until he was 36. No, this is a pretty horrible contract on the Islanders, and you want to resign Cizikas? I think they should have. I would have gave him no more than 3 years at around roughly $8.5 to $9 million. But yeah, definitely an overpayment. No need to give him 6 years, and overall it is $15 million. That's gonna be a cap hit a couple years down the road.
Cizikas, I actually have a good friend who's like an Islanders fan, and they said as they should. Well, I'll say a good thing about it. He is pretty much the anchor on the bottom six.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
He's a good bottom six forward to throw the body around, and he can make plays occur. good body, good assist making guy. But again, is this worth 15 mil? I can't say it is.
But we are not done with the Islanders. We're not done.
The rest of the contracts are better, I will say.
Someone from like 2 episodes ago, you said they will not re-sign Anthony Beauvillier. And guess what? They did. Anthony Beauvillier to a 3-year, $4.1 million.
Which equals up to
good contract.
12.5. This is a very good contract, and they're paying Zizekas more. I just want to make that clear. They're paying Casey Zizekas almost $3 million more than Anthony Beauvillier. We just need to let that sink in and say, what is going on in Lou Lamoriello's head right now? This is a great contract. This is an absolute bargain. You get your second-line winger who can play first line if Anders Lee gets hurt, because we saw that last year during the playoffs. A speed demon, again, for a cup-contending team like New York. This contract makes sense. They aren't overpaying him. Everyone wins in a situation like this. If only every contract was this simple to analyze.
I think Beauvillier is pretty much a good top. So pretty much I think it's good that you pretty much hook up your top 6. You bring back your top 6 again. So I think the Islanders are still gonna be win now mode again. But wait, guys, there is more. There's more.
This is the Cal Palmer re-signing. And of course, Palmieri has Alex's connection. Palmieri coming over from the Devils, of course, to the Islanders last year at 21 points in 51 games. Of course, that's his stats with New Jersey. His playoff statistics last year. Let me take a look. And he had 19 games played. That don't help me out. Had the overtime winner in against the Penguins. Yep, I do remember that. I think that was game 3 or game 1. I don't remember. He had 9 points in 19 games in the playoffs last year, 7 of which points were goals. Again, the Islanders acquired Palmieri for the playoffs. They're keeping him around for the playoffs. Again, is Palmieri worth more than Beauvillier? I personally don't think so, but it's not an overpayment because it's only 4 years for 20 mil. Palmieri is, I know, on the early stages of 30. Yeah, he's 30. He's going to be 31 by the time the season starts, it looks like. This really isn't a bad contract. You re-sign him until he's 34, 35. The Islanders are still going to be a good playoff contender for another 2 to 3 years, I would assume. Now that we're back to the regular Metropolitan Division, Islanders should sneak into the playoffs, and they should go far. Of course, they made back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals last year without Palmieri. Yeah, Palmieri back. You got Anders Lee back. You're doing fine. So, yes, I do agree with the Palmieri re-signing. That makes sense.
We got one more. Mr. Ilya Sorokin. Sorokin, 3 years, $4 million. Not too bad. The year length is good. I'll give credit for that. but the 4 mil is slight an overpayment. Just not like right up high, like right around here. If you would give like a player who after his rookie season, give him like a 3 mil or a 3.5 mil.
I mean, you're re-signing your franchise goalie, and you are going to bring up the
if you were
$500,000 thing. Listen, 13-6-3 with 3 shutouts and a .918 save percentage. Also did well in his limited playoff games. This is worth the contract. Again, it's not, I don't think it's an overpayment at all. I think this is around the money. You get him for 3 years, which is good. His contract will expire once he's 29, which means that you can really gauge on if you re-sign him long term or you just want to keep him as a stopgap option for the future. I don't think the Islanders really have a good prospect goalie other than Sorokin right now, so I think Sorokin is going to be on the Islanders for another 8 or 9 years. But you only signed for 4 mil. That equals the 12 mil total. And again, you're paying 12 mil for the goalie you developed in the minors for the past 2-3 years. Makes sense.
Yeah. Now we're heading to our nostalgia of the weeks. Now this one is pretty much something that we have not done before. Nostalgia of the week is the Edmonton Oilers, and you may be wondering, what do you mean about the Edmonton Oilers? The Edmonton Oilers will bring back the old Oil Derek skate-out prop from Rexall Place this season, which will be used as to welcome back fans in Rogers Place. I want to give that a round of applause because they want to do something amazing for Oilers fans.
That's awesome. I think that's great that they're bringing that back. I like the background to it, saying, hey, you couldn't come to our games last year. No need to worry. We're gonna bring back a little piece of history from our previous arena. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. That it's really fantastic. If Detroit didn't do anything. How about Al the Octopus? How about bring back the Octopus back in Joe Louis Arena? I'm just saying. Anyway, now we got a certain person. I wonder who came to the NHL. Please welcome the man who needs no introduction.
Jack Johnson. The Avalanche have sculptured the cup contending team, a team that can give Tampa Bay a run for their money. And what do? They trade Samuel Girardi, which, okay, it's not, necessarily the worst thing in the world.
No, Ryan Graves. It's Ryan Graves.
No, Ryan Graves, excuse me. I'm getting Ryan Graves mixed up. They trade Ryan Graves to New Jersey to replace him for Jack Johnson. That just made your defensive core from an A+ to a C. Jack Johnson murders your defense unless you use him as a healthy scratch and a guy who just, fills in briefly during an injury. Whatever, you already deal with Eric Johnson anyway, so at least you're used to having a veteran defenseman out there, but don't get Jack Johnson. It was for a professional tryout, so nothing's official, but don't sign him. Don't sign him.
And also, shout out to Chell Beauties with the comment that says, love the scared M&Ms with Jack Johnson. Yes.
I'm about to say, I'm not going to comment on the boards, but that's hysterical.
Yeah, these are the Avalanche defensemen who are scared of Jack Johnson murdering their decor. Alright, last one. And we have questions. Mr. Colin Parayko with an 8-year, $6.5 million AAV How many questions do we have?
Let's see. You have more than I do. I have about 2. My first is you're giving a guy who came off his worst season statistically, and he was injured for the majority of last season, an 8-year contract. That's awful. 12 points in 32 games. Well, he's playing on the top pair for the most part. That's not great. And my other question is, you do realize he's 28, right? And now that you locked him up till he's 36, no one's gonna want his contract when this expires, or when this backfires 4 or 5 years down the road. No one wants this contract. We have already seen the Colton Parayko decline. We've been seeing it since 2019. Since the Blues won the Cup, Colton Parayko has been on a shotgun down decline. And to give him an 8-year deal is absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, I don't see him going back to his rookie season days or even 2018, he wasn't that good. I guess another question I didn't have originally, but now looking at his stats, I guess I could point out his career high in points is 35. He hit twice, 16, 17, 17, 18. 8-year contracts are for franchise players. Parayko, it's simple. All you had to do was give him 4 years, around 25 mil. You're fine. What do? You give him the holy grail 8-year contract, and for a guy who's on the decline, hasn't scored more than 35 points. Let's see, you had a -2 rating last season. Oh, wow, that's great. Let's see, what else? He even averaged a power play point last year. This guy's not even on the power play. What? Oh, I have more than 2 questions. I lied.
I actually have a question as well. Pretty much most of yours is the same, but I'm gonna try to make a different question. Um, my question is, why would you sign him 8 years? I'll say this: the 6.5 mil is okay.
It's not okay, by the way.
I understand that he was injured last year, didn't play the whole 56 season. But you can call me high. I have not said that in a while. Hold on. That's what I said. You guys can call me high because I've not said that
Whenever
in
you
forever.
say that, you follow
Be a
it up with
consistent
something
30-point guy.
intelligent.
Yes. I understand. 2015-16, 33 points. Like you said, 2016-17, 2017-2018, you had 35 points. What happened in 2018, 2019, 2019, 20, 28 points. Yes, on a COVID season with a condensed schedule, he had. Let's see how. I think there's. He said you had the. Give him like a 4 mil. 5-year 4 mil, 6-year 4 mil. Now we.
Well, Alex glitched out again. I'm about to say he was definitely glitching out for a minute there. But yeah, he was basically saying he wouldn't pay Parayko more than 5 or 6 years. I'm basically with him. Maybe not even 6. I think the max I would go is 5. I mean, like I mentioned before, we've already seen the decline with Parayko, so I really don't see why there's a need to extend him for 8 years. But
Yeah. Alright, I apologize that I left accidentally X'd out by accident. Because right now, we're doing season previews. So, with that, we're going to play a little game. The game is going to be called MVP, Breakout, X Factor, and Best Ad. So basically, how it works is that we're going to go to all 32 teams. So MVP, we'll say, for example, for Edmonton, McDavid or Drysdale will be the MVP. Without a doubt. Best ad, I'll say like Darnell Nurse. Cause of re-signing. Re-signings can be a best ad category. X Factor, Mike Smith. I'm just throwing out names. Breakout, Kyler Yamamoto. So now, let's start. Alright. Can you see your screen or?
Yeah, now I can see it.
Alright, cool. Alright, now let's start. MVP. I am gonna go with probably Ryan Getzlaf. What you got for MVP?
I got Ricard Raquel.
Breakout year. I'm gonna say Trevor Zegras.
I gotta say Sam Steele. I mean, dude's gotta show up this year, bro. Zegras was obviously the safe pick, but come on, Sam Steele. You gotta make the media shut up.
Yeah, chill with the Sam Steele slander. He deserves.
We all gotta stop the Sam Steele slander. He's actually underrated as heck. You gotta stop. Man's good.
Yeah, he deserves a year with no slander. Come on. X Factor. Alright. I am gonna say Ricard Raquel as an X Factor. Yes, I know, first line, gonna be a good top line. But the thing is, from all the trade rumors and stuff like that, I'm gonna say an X Factor. Best ad? I'm gonna say, Troy Terry. There's no. Well, Ryan Getzlaf. Ryan Getzlaf re-sign.
Yeah,
right, what's your X Factor and best ad?
Re-signing Getzlaf, and for my X Factor, John Gibson, because he's the only reason why the Ducks are even going to win as many games as they're going to.
Moving on to Arizona. MVP. Clayton Keller. What about you?
MVP, I was gonna say OEL, but I forgot he's on the Canucks now, so I will go with Clayton Keller as well.
Breakout year. It's gonna be a surprise, but I'm gonna say Nick Schmaltz.
Breakout year for me, I'm gonna go with who should I go with? I could go with Connor Tammons, actually. I'll go with him. Coming over from the Avalanche, yeah. Connor Timmins coming over from the Avalanche in the Darcy Camper trade. I'll go with him.
X Factor, you know what I'm gonna say. Probably Phil Kessel or Shane Gostisbehere.
And you aren't saying Jacob Chicherin, why?
It's all defensemen, but...
Well, they're all defensemen. Chicherin's the youngest and best one out of them all. And now
Alright,
Kessel's cooked. Kessel's cooked. I wouldn't even be surprised if Arizona trades him at the deadline next year.
Yeah, alright, best ad. I was about to say Garland, but he's out in Vancouver. But I'm gonna say best ad is Connor Timmins.
It's gotta be. Just in case he's the starter, I'll say Carter Hutton. Just in case he's the starter. I could say Louis Erickson, but no. Or Jay Beagle. No. We'll go with Hutton.
Here's your team. Your team.
Boy.
You're up.
Here we go. Best move of the entire offseason.
All right.
Saying goodbye to Rask.
I'll go Miles and you. Who's your breakout?
My breakout.
Who's your breakout?
Who's my breakout? I'm gonna go with Mike Riley for my breakout.
Breakout. I really have to do it.
Craig Smith already broke out.
Craig Smith.
About? Craig Smith's already solidified himself on the second line.
Anyway.
Man's got nothing to prove.
Well, I'll say this. Breakout. There's pretty much not much to choose from, but
there are
I'll
quite a
say-
bit to choose from.
You want Mike Riley, I guess. Whatever. All right.
Not a bad pick.
X Factor. Yeah. Who's your X Factor?
I need to get his jersey from upstairs. Pasta. That's gonna be the X factor right there. Better than Matthews. Don't care. He scored more points the past 2 seasons. Come at me.
Right. X Factor. Jake DeBrusk.
Why? You could have said Marchand or, something.
No.
That's what you should have said the I'm high moment, but you didn't.
Alright, best ad Linus. Oh, didn't we get Linus somewhere?
We didn't do best ad
MVP.
yet.
Best ad Allmark.
Best ad's Taylor Hall. You talking about?
Oh yeah, Hall. I forgot. I'm sorry. MVP for me, Pasternak or Bergeron.
Give me Marchand. Nah, Marchand. Marchand's going to get more points than Bergeron.
Here comes the messed up Buffalo Sabres. There's pretty much not much. Like, MVP is guaranteed Jack Eichel because he's pretty much working hard the whole time. Well, if Eichel is getting ready to be healthy, then this dude should get ready to be MVP again. What about you?
I mean, I'll go with Eichel for MVP too.
Breakout Casey Millstat.
That's not a bad pick. Elstad's definitely a good option for me. I'm gonna go with Tage Thompson.
X Factor. Where is he? Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Jeff Skinner on the power play.
Yes, Skinner. Skinner or Olofsson.
Obviously, Olofsson. Skinner's like the worst player on the roster, other than the dudes who should be playing in Rochester.
Best ad. I'll say this.
Best ad is Jack Eichel's new
Will Butcher.
agent, by the way.
Calgary. MVP. Johnny Hockey.
Yeah, it's got to go to Gaudreau.
Breakout. Rasmus Anderson.
Anderson is probably the safe bet. Maybe Dylan Dubé too, because he just got his contract. But yeah, I'll go with Anderson too.
X Factor. I am gonna say Jacob Markstrom. Markstrom
X
as
Factor is gonna be.
Factor.
Give me Sean Monahan for the X Factor.
Best ad.
Obviously, Dan Vladar. I don't know what you're talking about. It shouldn't even be a question. In fact, he's the only player. Hey, obviously people are going to say Blake Coleman, but hey, they didn't give Vladar a 6-year overpayment. They gave Blake Coleman the 6-year overpayment. That's why I got to go with Vladar. Just saying.
Best ad, I'm gonna say Dubé.
That's fair.
Dubé over Vladar. Sorry. And we're bringing up right now.
I haven't pulled up.
Next. Sorry for the difficulties. Oh, I got. And we're breaking breath bonanza.
There you go. You came prepared.
Alright, anyway.
Do that thing.
Yeah. Alright, MVP, Svechnikov.
Yeah, obviously.
Svechnikov as MVP.
Yep.
Breakout year. No. Breakout year, I'm gonna say. Jesper Fast.
It's like 29. Morgan Ginky.
Ginky's in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got drafted by the Kraken. What the heck? All right. Well, ignore me, Ethan Bear. How old is Fast, actually? Yeah, he's 29. Dude, it was done the second he got traded to the Sabres. His potential just ended that very day.
All right. Anyway, X Factor. Who should be the X Factor?
X Factor. I got mine. It's obviously Sebastian Aho.
X Factor. I'm gonna say Nino Niederreiter.
Niederreiter over Aho. That's
best.
That's a hot take and a half right there.
Best ad if Kakaniemi is gonna be in Carolina, that'll be the best ad.
Oh boy, no! I gotta go with
since it's not finalized. Svechnikov is gonna be the best ad.
Well, yeah, technically Svechnikov. Since I already used him, I'll use Antti Raanta as my top move.
Yeah. All right, Chicago. Here we go, Chicago.
Brent Seabrook's contract was the best acquisition.
Hold on. MVP.
Kane.
Patty.
Stop.
Yeah, Kane.
We don't need to think about that.
Breakout. Breakout Year. Kirby Doc.
I was about to say, Doc,
Yeah.
injuries ain't gonna
Kirby
hurt
Doc.
him this year. He'll stay healthy and he'll produce 35 points. Watch and learn.
X Factor. Flurry.
Flurry's not a bad pick. I'll go with DeBrincat, but Flurry's not a bad pick.
Best ad Flurry.
Best ad is Flurry, but you could also say Taves coming back from injury.
Yeah.
That kind of counts, but yeah, more Flurry.
Colorado. MVP Nathan McKinnon. Without a doubt.
Obviously.
Breakout Year.
Everybody.
Well, you have to choose one.
Oh, I have to choose
I'm gonna
one
say
more.
Bowen Byram.
I'm gonna say. I go with Byram as well. That's not a bad pick.
Oh wait.
Actually,
I'm
Alex
not sure if
Newhook.
we got.
I'll go with Alex Newhook.
All right. And not to mention, there's a certain person that we did not get to. Nostalgia of the week is Darren Helm. How sad. All right. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Darren Helm, the best acquisition, obviously.
No. Anyway, X Factor.
Landeskog.
I'm gonna say Burakovsky. And best ad of all, Gabe Landeskog. Who's your best ad?
That's that. I guess would have to be Landeskog. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. Since you did Landeskog, I'll do Makar.
Oh yeah. Now Columbus. We'll try to make it quick. MVP. You know what? Ton of options, but you know what? I'm gonna go Zach. I'm gonna go Zach Werenski.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Werenski is the best player on the team without a question. So.
Breakout. I am gonna go with Alexander Texier.
I'm gonna go with Eric Robinson. He's been pretty good the past couple of years.
X Factor. Line A.
X Factor for me is Bjorkstrand. I don't think Lonnie's going to have a good year.
Best ad, Werenski.
That would make sense. Boone-Chenner's contract wasn't bad either. Obviously, the Sean Corrali contract shouldn't even be brought up because that was probably the worst contract of the entire free agency. So, yeah.
So I was about to say, do you want to do 3 more, and then next show we can do?
I'm about to say we can do up to
we
can do half.
The
we can do half, which I guess that would be we go up to Nashville.
Yeah, we'll do 16. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we'll finish off in Montreal.
Oh, finish off Montreal. Okay.
And then we'll get to.
And then we'll do the other half next week.
Dallas MVP. Yes, MVP. I am gonna go with probably a Bill Masterton area. Tyler Seguin. Seguin played like 3 games last year. If he picks off right where he left off, I'm gonna say Bill Masterton probably. Bill Masterton conversation.
I'm looking at the amount of chance of that happening, and it's very minuscule. All right, me X Factor. Sagan, sure.
But MVP. We're on MVP.
Oh, MVP. What did I say? Whatever. MVP Sagan.
I'm gonna say Radek Faksa.
For MVP?
No, Breakout.
For Breakout. Like, what?
No, I said Breakout.
Breakout for me. Give me. What's his name? Jason Robertson. He already kind of broke out last year. But...
No. Robertson's in Vancouver.
Jason Robinson.
Oh, I thought you said Roberts. Oh yeah.
No, Jason Roberts.
All right. If you meant Robinson, no.
Well, whatever.
All right. I don't know. Anyway, X Factor. I am gonna say Essa Lindell.
I'm going to say. Oh, by the way, Paul Mary's contract includes a no trade clause for 2 of the 4 years. I'm going to say Lindell's a good pick. I'll go with Gerncroft though. Dennis Gerkov. I'm definitely mispronouncing that.
Guryanov. Best ad. Ryan Suter.
Ryan Suter over Miro Haskinen's contract.
Oh crap!
That's freezing cold. Take.
Now let's go to.
Let's go to Detroit.
11-time Stanley Cup champion, Detroit Red Wings.
We have to emphasize the 11-time Stanley Cup champion because they're not winning another championship.
I know what's my MVP.
Little Bert's my MVP. Let's go, Tyler Bertuzzi.
Our MVP. I'm gonna say Troy Stetcher.
For MVP. Wow.
No. I said Stetcher for Breakout. Larkin is my MVP.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm mishearing things on my end. Bertuzzi's my MVP for my Breakout. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not a bad pick. Troy Stetcher. I'll go with Nedeljkovic, though. I'll go with the goalie.
Nedeljkovic. Yeah. X Factor. I'm gonna say Robbie Fabry.
About to say Robbie Fabry's a good pick for that, so I'll go with Robbie Fabry.
Best ad Nedeljkovic.
Best ad for me? I guess that could be Troy Stetcher.
No, Stetcher was 2 off seasons ago.
Oh, he was? Where have I been? Marana? Re-signing Marana?
I said Nadal
We'll go,
Djokovic.
we'll go re-sign Marana for mine.
Go to Edmonton. It's obvious that McDavid or Draisaitl will be
McDavid's going to
MVPs.
win MVP.
If I would choose, I'm going to say Breakout. Who's your MVP?
MVP is McDavid.
Okay. Breakout year, I'm going to say Yamamoto.
Breakout year for me. Yamamoto isn't necessarily a bad pick. I'll go with him as well, I guess.
X Factor, I am gonna say Mike Smith.
This for the X Factor?
Pretty much.
Oh, Darnell Nurse.
Or Puljujärvi or Nuge. Yeah, we're going to X Factor.
Yeah, Nurse for X Factor.
Best ad.
Best dad re-signing
Is-
Nugent Hopkins.
And best ad. Yeah. Now we're going down to South Florida. MVP, I'm gonna say Barkov.
Yep.
Breakout year, Spencer Knight.
I agree. All right, we're 2 for 2.
X Factor, Mackenzie Weegar.
And it immediately hit a train. Immediately hit an iceberg. X Factor, Connor Verhaeghe. Kenzie Weegar, slightly overrated in my opinion.
Best ad, re-signing Sam Bennett. No, oh! Did I get that wrong? Oh, it's Sam Reinhart.
I mean, Sam Reinhart, yeah, it was a better contract, but Bennett wasn't awful. I mean, you could have said something like signing 42-year-old Joe Thornton.
Oh my
There was other options you could have went.
Or Duclair. Duclair.
Nah.
Alright.
Nah.
Yeah. Alright, now let's get to your team. Your
My Western
other
Conference
team.
All right, let me go full biased here.
Oh wait, hold on. I'll go first.
All right.
I'll go first. My whole list. What he deserves to win MVP? Andrei Kopitar. Breakout. I am gonna go with Mike Anderson. X Factor. It's gonna be Alex Iafallo. And best ad will be Victor Arvidsson.
Okay. Best ad for me is also Victor Arvidsson. MVP for me is also Anze Kopitar. My breakout player for this year, I'm going to go with Adrian Kempe. I know he's already kind of broken out, but he'll just continue to play very well, being a 24-year-old. And then my X Factor will be, I'm impressed with Matt Roy. We'll go Matt Roy. Why not? Matt Waugh, rather. We'll go with him.
Now let's get to Minnesota. Minnesota and then Montreal. MVP. Okay. Hold on. If Kirill Kaprizov signs.
We are counting Kaprizov, so Kaprizov counts.
So, if Kaprizov signs in about 5 minutes or a week, he counts. Breakout year. Ryan Hartman.
Okay.
Mr. X Factor. Dumba. And best ad. Re-signing Kevin Fiala.
All right, the best ad is bringing in Andrew Hammond, actually. I hate to break the news to you, but yeah, no. Fiala's the proper...
the hamburger.
Yeah. Obviously, signing an AHL goalie was Minnesota's most important thing this entire offseason. But yeah, no, I agree with your list, actually, entirely. So, I mean, I would probably put Eriksson X somewhere, but instead maybe Dumba and X Factor. But other than that, it's fine. And the last
now
one of the
it's time for Le Canadien de Montréal. Your most valuable player is let's go with Cole Caulfield.
And you didn't go with Price. That is an automatic shush.
Good look. Cole Caulfield.
Shows a man who scored like 5 goals in the playoffs over Carey Price. For shame.
All right, breakout. Cole Caulfield.
That's better.
X Factor. Jeff Petrie.
I'll go with Suzuki for me.
Best ad is I would say signing Mike Hoffman.
I'm gonna go with for my ad. I'm gonna go with signing David Savard.
All right.
That's it. We'll finish the other half next week.
Yes. All right. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap up for season 4, episode 5 of the Powerskateshow. This is pretty much the last episode for my summer break. Next week will be my first day of school, so pretty much will be a post day. Yeah. Do you guys want to follow our personal Instagram accounts? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow the Powerskateshow with news, updates, where we go live and all that good stuff? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow First Sports and for days? Trying and we're gonna I'll let us know before we head off.
I don't know. That was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We're back next week with some more news, and hope to see you guys then. And Alex lost connection again. But he's pretty much just getting it the second he gets back on, so that's no big deal.
I'm back. So much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it, and we'll have a great night.